And we are live. Hey guys, welcome to another hangout of the 24-Hour Marketing Mastermind group. And I just wanted to say welcome to everybody for joining. If it's your first time here, just let me know who you are. And I'm really glad that you joined. I got to say we've got a good probably just under an hour of material for you today. I want to speak to you guys about a few things, and I also just wanted to encourage you as well, because I know what how hard this can be sometimes for people, and I just want to let you know that I'm here with you. I'm not going anywhere. I'm somebody that is dedicated to this business, and I want to help as many people as possible. And if you've come to this hangout, obviously you're the 1% of people that take action, and you really are dedicated to making your business grow. So congratulations for that. Please excuse me if I keep turning to the left. I've got two monitors over here, so I'm just saying hi to people over there. Chris Boletta, welcome. Really glad to have you, man. I've been having a conversation with Chris. He's just taking a look at what this is all about. Really happy to have you, Christopher. I hope that this is going to help you and get you going on the right path. So welcome. I also want to say hello to a couple of other people, and I'm just going to go through that right now. Let's see, a few new people that are on my team. Kalina, welcome to this group. Hopefully you're going to get all the encouragement you need. We've got a great community of people that are going to help you out. And also, Israel, welcome to the team. Also want to welcome Ling, who's also joined us, and congratulations. It's an absolute pleasure. And Lewis, if you're watching as well, welcome. I'm not sure how to pronounce your last name, so I'm not even going to attempt to it. But I just want to say welcome. It's really glad for you. It's really glad. I'm really glad that you've come to this hangout to watch us and see what we're all about. The thing about having these hangouts and why they're important is that it gives us a sense of community and a sense of people that we can help. And as we can see, Wade's also on here. Hey, Wade, the freedom marketer. I see you also active on this. And for Chris Pius, I just want to say, hey, man, I just recently made a video in the group about the post I made. Quite an interesting little thing I kind of not discovered, but I was just reminded of, because I used to be full victim to the whole the most dangerous words in the English language. And the most dangerous words in the English language are, if you haven't seen the post yet, is I've done this before, or I know this. Why isn't it working? And you keep going back to people to ask you to get results. And what normally happens in 90% of the cases is that you haven't actually followed through on action. And I remember years ago when my brother, I keep calling him my brother, he's not really my brother, but when we were in school, we kind of adopted him. And, he taught me everything I know about computers. And what would normally happen is I would get so frustrated with learning computers, I'd always go to him and say, hey, man, what's the story? I can't seem to get this right. I've done everything you told me, and I can't seem to do it. And, I've done everything you told me, but it just seems like I can't get this done. And he would just say to me, okay, what is it that you did? And I'll go ahead and show him. And an example would be printing a document. I would say, I've gone up to file and print. And he would say, show me. So I went file and print. I went ahead and did it, and the thing would print. And now, in most of the cases, I'm at fault, because what normally happens in that situation is, because I'm in such a rush to do things, I often forget a couple of steps, and it would be quite embarrassing. And I also remember one time I got him back so clearly, and it was the greatest moment of my life, when I had set up a computer in a room with the network. And he said, I thought you said you set up this thing correctly. And I said, I did. And he said, well, I said to him, show me what you did. So he went file, print, and it printed. It was the best feeling in the world. Okay, so that kind of reminded me about that. And I just wanted to I know Chris to that as well. And, Chris is such a hard worker. He works really hard and he's dedicated to what he does. But he's similar to me in that he works incredibly fast. And it may just be that he skipped a step. And so we all fall into that trap. And so, if you guys haven't seen the post, you can go ahead and check it out in the group. For those of you who are in my team, I know that we have a personal group called the 24-Hour Marketing Mastermind Group. And if you haven't got an email from me yet, you will have one, and you'll get access to that group, and we'll add you to that so you can communicate with like-minded people. That's the whole idea and why we do this type of thing. And what I want to do today is I want to go over the basics with some people, and I know that a lot of you watching may think, well, you know this stuff already, but just like the example I said before, we can all learn from things as we go over the exercises, and perhaps we missed a step, or we just didn't know a certain thing, so we can go over that again. But this really is aimed at the people that are starting off and who are new and who want to know what to actually do with your business. But before I get into that, hey Jeff, you joined us. That's awesome, brother. Jeff's another one of really hardworking guys. He works incredibly hard. He's like the king of blogging. And for those of you who don't know who Jeff Sherwood is, watch out for him, because he really knows what he's talking about. Hey, Jeff, welcome, man. But yeah, as we're getting going, I just wanted to tell you guys something about, and it's quite serious, because when I actually thought about what happened the last week, I kind of got really choked up about it. It really hit me kind of hard, and I want to share it with you guys. It's a bit emotional for me, so I hope I can get through it. I'm sure I can, but I want to talk to you guys about something which, in this country in particular, in South Africa, we have a lot of people that work well below the poverty line. We have people working in this country that earn tremendous, they work tremendously hard, and they don't get paid enough. And I want to talk to you about a lady that I met this week. I've known her for a while, but I didn't actually really know how much she worked or how much she was earning. And I just want to give you guys an idea of what it means to struggle. And I'm sure you guys know what it means to struggle. I often talk about working in a 9-to-5 job, working in a situation where you really find it difficult to cope. 9-to-5 job, you got to go to work and get in your car. You go there and you've got to deal with the boss who tells you what to do, when to do it, and to take your lunch breaks. And I was in that situation, so I know what that's like. But I want to talk to you about a lady I met who's 65 years old. She's a domestic worker. She works in homes and she cleans. And I found out a few things about her this week that really made me think about my situation and how good I have it. Because often I don't realize this type of thing. And I just wanted to convey this to you. So basically, this lady gets up at 3 o'clock in the morning. She gets up at 3, and she takes a train. And the train, she takes a train and a car to work. The car picks her up and takes her to the place where she works. And she travels for 5 hours every day. So that's 3 o'clock to 7 o'clock, or 3 o'clock to 8 o'clock. She travels 5 hours every day. She gets to work, and she works for 7 hours, and then she has to go back to catch a ride. That's another 5 hours to get back home. And she does this for 6 days a week. And the only day she has off is Sunday. And she supports a family who mostly don't work. She's 65 years old. And she works like this. And she's probably been working like this for the best part of 30, 40 years. And I often, I look back at my life and I just think, geez, I never really had it that hard. I never really had that much of difficulty. When I think about what I went through. I mean, I did go through some hard times, but nowhere near as hard as that. And to top it all off, she gets paid probably just under $10 a day. $10 a day. I want you to think about that. All right. So for $10 a day, I actually worked it out. It works out to be about $200 a month. If you're working 6 days a week, that's a tremendous amount of work. And so if you guys think you have it tough because you can't afford certain things, I want you to think about that. And there are people in Africa who have it worse than this lady, all right, that have to walk tremendous amount of miles just to get to school every day because they want to get an education. You know, we often we live in situations where we really take it for granted. And when you come across a business like this, when you come across something that provides you with an opportunity to have a business, and you know, you say you can get started off with there's a button to your right, and it's like $17 to give something a try. That offers you like 2 months. I think it's 2 month affiliate free access to see what the system is like, and then to give it a go, and then to get in and then get all in, and with the price of a business, and you know, just to get started, it's like for a price of a couple of cups of coffee a month. And then you think about people who are really struggling and who can barely afford to eat, who can barely afford to do that type of thing. So much of us spend so much money on dumb things. I call it dumb money. You know, we buy you know, candy, chocolates, whatever you want to buy, and then, you know, we go out and we might have a drink, or you know, we'll have a cup of coffee and we'll pay a certain amount for it, and we don't really give two thoughts about that. And then we come home and we think we've got so many troubles. And I want you to think about that and take perspective on what you're struggling with and what you're really going through, because the truth of the matter is, a lot of us are in far better positions to actually do things. And if you can't afford a certain amount to get a business up and running for a certain amount of money a month, you know, you talk about this business, if you want to get all in and you want to keep paying a good monthly fee, the most you'll ever pay is, I think it's like $216 a month to get all the core products that are monthly. And then, of course, you get the training on top of that. I think we really have it good, you know. So you really have nothing to complain about. And we've got so much training and so much ability in this business to get yourself going. If you wanted to start a business offline to get yourself into a position where you can have like a shoe store or whatever the case is, you would spend thousands and thousands of dollars just to open up the doors to pay your rent every month, and let alone get profits. Hey, Andrea's joined us. Welcome, Andrea. And I see that Stephen has joined me on the panel here. Hey, Steve, how you doing? Say hello to everybody, bro.
What's up, guys? Good to be here, Dave. How you doing, man? Sorry, I woke up a bit late.
No,
But we're gonna carry on. We're gonna do this thing. Let's go.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, for those of you who also know, you know, Steve and I, we live in South Africa on the other side of the world, so we pretty much have to be up when everybody in America is awake, and it can't be the other way around. So we got to just, you know, do what we have to do to get going, and that's one of the things that we do in our business to make it work for us. So what I want to do today is I want to go over some basics that you guys can use when you get started, especially for new people starting out, because I know this can be confusing. And I do cover this in my Hangouts because I know that it's important for people to know what to do to get started. All right. So when you invite people to this particular business, you can refer them to this Hangout, and you can get them you know, the proper education to get started. So that's what I'm going to do right now. Is I'm going to go over some basics with you guys. I'm going to share my screen so you guys can see it. Steve, if you wouldn't mind just letting me know if you can see my screen.
Sure, bro.
And then if
Not just yet.
Okay, let's see here.
I can see.
Can you see now?
Yeah.
Can you see the Gmail?
See your Empower Network back office.
No, the Gmail. Can you see the Gmail?
Not yet. My connection's a little bit slow, so yeah, now I can, yeah.
Okay, great. All right. So as you guys can see, I'm talking the talk here. I'm not making things up. I do make commissions with Empower Network. This is just one of the products, just to let you guys know that I do make sales virtually every day, as you can see on the right-hand side. So I do know what I'm talking about, and hopefully you guys will take note of what I'm saying to get started. All right. So as we move along, I'm just going to go ahead and go to my home office in here, my back office for Empower Network. Okay, so when you get started inside of Empower Network, the first thing you want to do, and I say this all the time because so many people don't listen to what I'm saying, and that is you need to start off with accessing a level up sequence here on the right. Whenever you start out in this business, you want to start out with that. You want to go through the instructions, and they are videos that are locked and are unlocked. So, and also your sponsor will know if you've watched them or not, because we get an indication of that when you watch it. The reason we have that there is so that you can get an idea of what the whole of Empower Network is about. It explains what the business does, and it also educates you as to how to go about doing your business. All right. Once you've actually gone through this level up sequence, and take your time about it, don't rush through everything. Take your time about it and go through it slowly, systematically. Just like if you're starting a regular business, you want to do that. The next thing you want to do is you want to go and complete the Fast Start training inside of Empower Network. This Fast Start training is really, really important. You have to go through that training. All right, that's going to give you the building blocks for building a business. All right, it's going to show you exactly what you need to do. And part of the things they encourage you to do, although you're not obligated to do this, before I say anything, I've got to make this disclaimer. I'm not guaranteeing that you're going to make any money. I don't know what you are like as a person. I don't know what your work ethic is. I don't know if you're going to be doing this once or twice a week. I don't know what your commitment level is going to be, all right? But you need to be able to watch those videos and understand why it's important, for instance, for you to go to an event, or for instance, for you to get all in, all right? If you don't know what that means you haven't gone through the training, and it's very important, all right? So if you're going to send me a question by email or in the group about what does all in mean, that just tells everybody that you haven't gone through the training. And the number one problem I have with people starting out in a business is they don't go through training. I cannot emphasize that enough. All right, there is so much information inside of the back office. If you just go over to the tool section, and there's a walkthrough button right here, which will actually take you through things that are not very clear. So, you know, they've got general walkthroughs, marketing walkthroughs, product walkthroughs, and prospectus walkthroughs. All right, so you can actually go ahead and click on these, and it'll actually show you, for instance, how to integrate Aweber and to integrate GetResponse. It'll actually give you videos that you can watch. You can click on the video and watch what you need to do and do exactly what the business tells you to do. Now, the object of, well, one of the objects of Empower Network is to get people to your funnel. All right. Now, if you don't know what a funnel is it's kind of like, or to say, to get people to get you to your promotional page, your offer that you have, that you want to share with people. All right. And we have all of these offers set up for you in the back office. So you have your sales funnels that you can share with people. There's a 1-day trial for 7 days. You know, you've got the perfect storm here opportunity for $17 Collage to Premium, and that's what's offered on the right-hand side. That Collage to Premium is unbelievable. I'll take you through that in a minute. They've got the 21-day blogging challenge offer. They've got starter kit offers. They've got live webinar offers. Empower Network has live events as well that you can go to and watch. They've got join pages and all these product bundles. And basically your job for promoting Empower Network is to get people to those offers. All right. Once people go to those offers, there will be a place for them to put an email address. They put the email address in, and then once that email is set up, that email address will be put inside of your autoresponder. Okay, whatever one you want to choose, Aweber or GetResponse. I happen to use GetResponse, and that's a very good tool. And what GetResponse is going to do for you, as I said, it's going to give you it's going to make a database of all of those email addresses, and then you're going to be able to send emails to all of those emails. Now, when you're starting out, you're going to have 1 or 2 emails, maybe 3 emails, as you get people to opt in or to put the email address in that offer. All right, and what you will do is you will send out messages from your email address. Now, you might be asking, what messages do I send out? And that's why we encourage you to get the training inside of Empower Network. All right. Now, before I go into that, I just want to take you through GetResponse. So if you have a look at GetResponse here, it's just a basic setup you've got, and you'll have a chance to set up your account details, your billing. I think the first month of GetResponse is free, and then they charge like $15 to have like 1,000 email addresses in there. And then once you reach over 1,000 email addresses, they'll charge you more. It goes up in increments, but it's really, really important for you to have an autoresponder. Now, let me just show you as an example what an autoresponder would do and how you would use it. All right, so you've got like your messages. You want to create a newsletter, or you want to go ahead and use letters that you used before. So if I were to create a message, I would say create a newsletter. I'll click on that. And then I would click on this button here that says new email creator. It's just going to create an email for you. And then you're going to be given the option to have a message name. You can call it anything you want. You can call it, first message. All right. And then you want to have a subject line. I did a subject very recently called Imagine living on $10 a day, support your family. That was just an email I sent out to people. And over here, you've got Tracker, where you can track how many people click on that particular link. You can hook up Google Analytics to this if you want, but I don't use that. You can send a message off to Twitter if you want to set it up in your email. And all you would do really is just copy that message that you're sending out, and then you would copy it down here to your message. So now people will get that, and the link will be on the left-hand side here. All right, then what you want to do is you want to go ahead and click on next step. Now, I'm not going to actually send this letter out because I've already sent it. You'll be given the option to start from scratch, or you can choose any of these if you want to. I start from scratch because I don't want to confuse the issue by making all these fancy graphics and stuff. And then I use a blank template over here on the right. And this really is simple stuff. You know, you don't have to be a rocket scientist to figure this out. All right, so they have a text block here. So it says to add an element to your email, double click on a block on the right-hand panel or drag and drop it to the template. Just read, all right? So you can go ahead and left click and hold and drag it here. And then you can go ahead and you can take out all of this stuff here. And then you want to delete all that, and you can go send your message and type something in there. So I'll just type a short one. I'll say, hey, it's Dave. How are you? Okay, basic message. It really isn't difficult to work this out. You know, you can make anything if you want to. You can bold it. You can make it italics. You can underline it. You can go ahead and put a strike through it if you want to. You can justify it just like a Word document, or you can put a link inside here. So you can go ahead and you can find a link, and you can put the link in there. And then let's just put a link in there quickly. And then you can go ahead and you can type something in there. So you can go ahead and you can find a link, and you can put the link in there. And then let's just put a link in there. And then let's just put a link in there. And then let's just put a link in there. And then let's just put a link in there. And then let's just put a link in there. And then let's just put a link in there. And then let's just put a link in there. And then let's just put a link in there. And then let's just put a link in there. And then let's just put a link in there. And then let's just put a link in there. And then let's just put a link in there. And then let's just put a link in there. And then let's just put a link in there. And then let's just put a link in there. And then let's just put a link in there. And then let's just put a link in there. And then let's just put a link in there. And then let's just put a link in there. And then let's just put a link in there. And then let's just put a link in there. And then let's just put a link in there. And then let's just put a link in there. And then let's just put a link in there. And then let's Let's put a link in here. HTTP. .com, like that, and you go ahead and click OK. Take up in there. Wow, I think I missed that. Sorry, my computer is playing tricks on me these days. So that's centered for some reason. Oh, HTTP. Take like that. You can click OK. And then this is actually going to be clickable now. I don't know what happened there. I'll actually delete it. But if you make a mistake, you can just go and click on previous step and then carry on. Okay, hold on. Sorry about this, guys. My mouse is playing tricks on me. It keeps clicking in other places. Let's do this again. Okay, so here's a block text. I've made 2 block texts now. Let's take this out. Let's just use this as an example. So you highlight the text here, and then you can put in your link here like that. I'm just going to type something random, and then you would click OK. And then what will happen is that'll actually become clickable. You can go to your link. And then if you want to, you can put images. You just drag the image down here. And then you can go ahead and put it in fancy. It really isn't difficult. You just got to follow the instructions. So that's what you do with an autoresponder. Does that make sense to everybody watching?
Makes perfect sense, bro.
Okay, cheers, thank you. All right, so let me get back to my screen. Okay, so what we have inside of the Empower Network is we have core products that we encourage you to get. So people say to me, for instance, you know, what do I put inside of my emails? You know, what is it that I'll be sending out? And that's why we have training inside of Empower Network. That's why we encourage you to get products like the Inner Circle and the Top Producer Formula and the Team Building Formula and the Mass Influence Formula, because those products will help build your education on what to do. All right, you can do this 2 ways. You can do it the hard way or you can do it the easy way. The easy way is to go ahead and get those products and to learn from them. And believe me when I say, everything you need to know is inside of Empower Network. That's why we have the products there, to help you and train you and teach you so you can get yourself educated to do the right things. You can, you know, the biggest mistake I made with this business is that I went into this business by thinking I could do it the easy way by just getting the basic core product and then working out everything on what to do and then kind of figure it out. And I felt that if I cheated the system by just looking at other products and learning what other people had to say about it, I would go ahead and find the answers. The problem with that is you don't know really what works or not. And everybody's got a different style of teaching. Everyone's got different ways that you can use. But that's why they've got these products to help you and train you and educate you on what to do. You know, we don't say this because we're trying to waste your time. We say this because I've learned that if you don't invest in your education, you're going to be struggling for a very long time. And it took me about 8 months before I made my first commission. Why? Because I decided I was not going to invest in my education. But the moment I started to invest in my education, that's when I started to see results. And by results, I mean, that's when I started to learn how to write proper emails. That's when I started to learn how to get opt-ins. Opt-ins are emails when people go to your offer, and you might get 1 or 2 offers a day, and people saying, why am I not getting more offers? Why am I not getting more people into my business? It's because you refuse to get education. And, you know, good education, you have to pay for. I'm sorry, there's no way around it. You know, the reason why you don't get free stuff is because the free stuff, firstly, nobody listens to you because it's free and it's always going to get there. And second is that if you don't put any sort of investment in your time with finances, you know, and making sacrifices to get there, you're not going to take your business seriously. And that is the cold hard truth. And I'm not trying to say this because, you know, I'm trying to make a sale. There are lots of people on this hangout who are not directly in my team. I'm not going to be benefiting from them at all right? There's like 67 people listening to this hangout right now, and most of the people on here are from different teams. I'm saying this because I want to help you and educate you, all right? And Steve will tell you from his personal experience that he's been educated so much, and a lot of his motivation comes through going through the training. You know, Steve, tell me, how many times have you gone through the Top Producer Formula?
Must have been about 5 times already, bro.
Goodness. I tell you,
every time I watch it, I think I learn something different that I didn't know the last time I watched it, and it just keeps on replenishing with golden nuggets every time I watch it. So, like every Saturday, I take some time out and watch that. Probably about 2 or 3 training videos within the Top Producer Formula. It really just keeps you on track, keeps you motivated, and gets results. More importantly.
And how long are those videos?
Top Producer, I don't think there's one that's over like an hour and a half, so it's not that long.
But they're like 40, 45 minutes, an hour long, and there's like
40,
how many?
40, 45, yeah.
Yeah, and how many modules, or there's like how many videos in the Top Producer Formula?
I think there's about 13 in the Top Producer, and then like 15 in Costa Rica.
Costa Rica. So you're getting like 25 videos, and the Costa Rica videos are quite long, and that's quality education, guys. I mean, these are courses done by $1 million earners. So you're not getting anything that's cheap, low quality. You're getting high value, right? And that is the stuff you really want. And for me personally, you know, the next product above that is called the Team Building Formula. And the Team Building Formula, man, I tell you, I've been going through this one module or this one video inside of the 15K formula, which is a compilation of maybe 25 videos. And some of those videos are nearly 4 hours long of just solid education. And I'm going through one of those, and I've been going through it the whole week on just email marketing, all right? And how to use emails properly in your business. And I think it's video 8 or 9. And Aaron Rashkin, if you don't know who he is, he's $1 million ring earner inside of Empower Network. And he's got so many nuggets inside of that video. And I'm learning so much from it. And I would never have got there if I hadn't paid the $1,000 for that particular product. Believe me, it is worth every single penny. All right, now you might be asking, well, how much does it cost to actually get your basic products inside of Empower Network? I'm just going to share my screen here.
Yeah, that email you sent out today, bro, was badass. So that training definitely works.
Thank you, thank you. Yeah, no, I worked really hard at that. Can you see this?
It's just loading up real quick. Yeah, I see your get response. Now you're in Power, yeah. Okay,
great. Now I want to talk to you about, people say, you know, what are monthly costs for Empower Network? Now, we've got a product called Kalatu Basic, and Kalatu Basic is a blogging platform that is 100 times better than WordPress because it's already set up for you, and all you have to do It's just ready. I think it's like 7 clicks and you're ready to start blogging. All right. So you get Colatu Basic, and Colatu Basic comes with a lot of information. But then you get Colatu Premium, which is going to offer you training with Empower Network on how to use the Colatu blogging platform. You're also going to get free hosting that's going to be added on there. So you don't need to worry about uploading your videos on YouTube. You can put it on the hosting. They give you like 50 gigs of information, so you can upload videos and keep them on there permanently. You're also going to be getting premium plugins for that particular blog. All right, now if you get Colatu Premium, with Basic and the Inner Circle, these 2 products are your monthly payments that work out to be $216 a month. And that is completely worth it, in my opinion. Because if you just get a free WordPress blog and you start blogging, people say, yes, well, I can use WordPress and blogspot.com and all of that free stuff. The problem with getting a free blog or just getting WordPress is if you start using a free WordPress and you're trying to run a business on that and Blogspot finds out about it, they can take down your blog like that. If you're using WordPress and you start making lots and lots of blogs on there, and you've got lots of content, if you don't have the right security and you don't have the right types of servers, your blog will become very slow, and you may also get hacked into. Now, the great thing about Colatu is Colatu blogging platform is so secure, you can trust that they've got servers that will look after your data for you. And that's why I use Colatu. I've used WordPress before, and now I only use it for basic stuff, but my real important information I keep on the Colatu blogging station. Now, what is Inner Circle? Inner Circle is your go-to for training that's going to be provided for you. And there's so much information inside of this product. If I show you what this product was, I'm just going to click on it right now. So you got lesson 1, lesson 2, lesson 3, and over here Dave Wood explains to you exactly what the Inner Circle does. But if you click on these are audios that have been recorded ever since Empower Network started. So as you can see, there's a lot of recordings that you listen to. Some of these recordings are long, some of them are short. And there's one here that I would highly recommend if you're going to be getting the Inner Circle, called Speak the World into Existence by David Wood. That audio for me is probably the most, it's my favorite audio of all time. If you listen to that, there's just something about that audio that really gets you going. And they provide training for emails, they provide training for blogging, they provide training for videos. It gives you motivation, it educates you. And one of the things you have to do inside a business is to start training your brain for success. The problem is we live in a society where there's so much negativity, and every day if you're hanging around your friends that are speaking negative things to you, it's going to affect the way that you are. And so one of the first things I do when I get up and start working is I listen to a motivational audio. I listen to something that's going to get me going. And what that does is it trains your conscious mind to think properly, but it also trains your subconscious mind so that you can think appropriately, and you'll start working in the right way inside of your business. All right, so that's why we recommend getting the Inner Circle. It's not just a product that's there for show, it actually does serve a purpose. All right, now, what I'm going to do right now is I'm just going to show you.
Don't forget, they're constantly updating that Inner Circle.
Oh, yes, that's right. That's exactly right. I mean, one of the great things I love about Empower is they keep you up to date with training, and that Inner Circle gets added to every single week. So that product is constantly growing with new material. It's not just something that remains stagnant. It really does improve on the next one, and that's another reason why you want to do that. All right, so I'm just going to show you what the blog looks like basically. Now, citizen. Okay, so this is the dashboard of Colatu. You can see that it's similar to WordPress if you've ever had to work with it, but that's different to WordPress. They've got a Colatu Basic Global Overview where you can watch a video on it. So it explains what the product does. They've got Watch the Colatu Premium Global Overview. So you can watch this and it'll give you an idea of what the whole thing does. They've also got updates that come out, that you can look forward to. So every week what they do is they post their 7-minute blog hack. And these blog hacks are there for you to educate you on how to blog effectively. One of the greatest vehicles inside of Empowerment Network, what makes it such a great product, is they have a blogging platform that is easy to use and that's incredibly fast. And Google loves this blogging platform. It loves it to death. All right. And so they teach you the basic blog hacks. And if you don't know hackers, a hack is like a trick or a way to get around a certain thing quickly. And they bring out these hacks every single week or every 2 weeks. And so it's very easy to create your own blog. And one of the first things I would recommend you do is you go ahead and start the 21-day blogging challenge. And the 21-day blogging challenge is it's a plugin inside of this blog that helps you create a new post. So you would click on create a new post. And it's going to set it up, and you can see it looks just like WordPress, only it's a lot better. I'm just waiting for the window to pop up. Now it's going to say, today's template allows you to share your favorite YouTube videos around a common theme. And so it actually shows you what to do step by step. And that's the great thing about this plugin, is it teaches you how to blog. All right, if you don't know how to blog, you've got a tutorial here that will show you how to blog. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to a blog that I did recently. Go to my posts. And I did the most ancient words in the English language right over here, and I spoke to you about this earlier. I'm going to go ahead and view this blog post. Are you guys still there watching? All right, so here's my blog post, all right? The most ancient words in the English language. Now, it's not a long blog post, but basically the idea is you want to make a blog post that will get you seen inside of Google. So you'll create your blog post, and as you can see, there's a banner here that says, you hear about it, and people click on this. All right, and I put a video underneath here with some text. And then I went straight to a call to action here, and if you click on this, it's going to take you to an offer, which I have set up over here, and it's going to explain in Colatu what it's about, and it's going to give people the opportunity to read about it and then to join if they want to. And then if they go ahead over here and they click on this banner, it's going to take them to a capture page. And people click on this and say how much you want to earn a month, 10,000 a month, and then they'll put the email address, and that email address will go into an autoresponder. So that's what a blog does, and that's why we create posts, to get our blog seen. If you don't know how well a blog works, I did a blog post a while ago on Craigslist, and I've shown people this before, just to show you the idea here. So if somebody wants to find out something on Craigslist training, the best Craigslist training over here, and they search for it, I'm over here. So if they click on that, there's a blog post training with Pat Patterson, who's somewhat of an expert on Craigslist. And so I did a hangout with him, and over here is the hangout, and people can watch it, and I wrote a little bit of content underneath here, and then this gives people education. And if they're interested in what I'm about, they can go ahead and click on this banner, or they can go ahead and click on the call to action right over here, which if they click on that will take them to an offer to put their email address in. That's why we encourage people to use the Kalatu blogging platform. All right, so that's what I want you guys to know. If you want to know how to get started, do yourself a favor, go ahead and watch the level up sequence here. You want to go ahead and complete the fast start training here, and you want to go ahead and invest in your training. It's very, very important. I'm just going to stop sharing my screen here. Now, I don't know if I'm going to do this next week or not, next week, Tuesday or not. I'm still debating about it. But if I get enough people that want to go all in inside of the business, then I might do it again. I did a training last week on the method that I use to get leads and sales that works for me. It took me about 2 years to work out a strategy that really works on a daily basis. Stephen can verify that it works. A lot of people on this hangout that are watching have done the exact same thing, and I've taught that strategy to people, but I'm only going to be teaching it to people who are all in. All right, so if anybody gets all in and buys all of the core products and goes ahead and gets everything to Master Influence Formula, then what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be sharing that training with you free of charge if you get all in on that training. And if a number of people get all in, even if one person goes all in, I will give that person some training on the strategy that I use that gets results very, very quickly. All right, so that's one of the things I'm going to put out there. Yes.
This is good training, guys. We want to get access to this. So it's a phenomenal training. It really works. This is my cornerstone of my entire business, is the strategy that Dave has been holding on to secretly.
So, no,
it's great stuff.
I used to give it away for free, but I don't anymore. Mainly because
people don't value free.
People don't value stuff like that, and they don't pay any attention to it. And it's only when it's get taken away then people realize how valuable it is. And I didn't realize how valuable it was, but now I really do, and I see it now. And so I won't give this training out to just anybody. I'm only going to give this training out to people who are absolutely serious about their business. And the way that I know that they are serious about their business is if they get all in. And I don't say that to be mean. I say that because I want to help you. All right. The truth is that a lot of people say that they're serious, but they're actually not really serious. They want to be serious, but they kind of, you know, I mean, I had somebody the other day say, Dave, I'm really super excited about your training. I really want to know what you do. They even went to the event, which I was at, by the way, and I could, you know, that's a good indication to me that they actually want to see results in their business. They didn't have all the core products, but because they were serious enough to go to the event and they took the effort and time to do it, I gave them the training. And then when I finally gave them the training, you know what they said? Now I think I'll try something else. You know what that tells me? That tells me they're not really serious about their business. And I see it time and time and time and time again. People say they're serious about the business, but they don't take action. All right? If you're serious about your business, I want to see that you're taking consistent action. I want to see you active inside of the Facebook group. I want to hear you asking questions. I want to see you making comments. I want to see you interacting with people on their blog. If I see that, I know that you are a person who takes this seriously, but it does take time. And so that's just an option I'm going to give to you. But don't get me wrong. It's not like my training is anything better than Top Producer or Team Builder or Master Influence. The training inside of those products is 1,000 times better than what I could ever offer you. All right? But I know that the strategy works. I know it works well. And I know it works very quickly. All right? So that's something that could give you a little bit of a boost if you are serious about that particular strategy. And the only thing I'll tell you is that it involves video marketing. All right, so that's something I want to give out there. I also want to say to people who are watching this, actually, Steve, I wanted to ask you, just so people know who you are and what your background is and how we kind of came into contact, just to give them because I want to let you speak for a while.
Yeah, man. So, first got into this internet marketing game back in late 2012, early 2013, I should say. And I just tried everything under the sun to try and make affiliate commissions like JVZoo, Warrior Plus, ClickBank. None of that stuff really worked for me. I made sales, some sales, but not like enough to live off, like I am now. So I just dabbled in that for a few months to a year. Spent a whole bunch of money, sorry, on different products to try and learn this industry, but nothing seemed to work. And then I found out about binary options, and I actually got a mentor in binary options. As some of you know, I trade binary options still today. It's part of what I do online, and got a mentor. And I first got scammed by all these products that get released on a daily basis in the marketplace, in binary options, like this get rich quick overnights, push button millionaire system that promises you the dream, but you're actually in actual fact going to live the nightmare if you buy those products. And so I decided to get a mentor, learn how to trade properly with charts, candlesticks, news, indicators, and I actually mastered that pretty well. I still do pretty well with it now, but I'm mainly focused on Empower Network right now, and how I met Dave was I was on YouTube with my binary options account, and part of what I did every single day was go around floating around on YouTube, looking at different videos, commenting, and I actually found one of Dave's teammates' videos, Aiden's videos, Aiden Corkery, and commented on there. And then, like a day later, I logged in and I checked this comment reply from Dave Reinicke from South Africa. And it's pretty cool because we're both from South Africa. He decided to give me a call on Skype, and we talked for a little bit. He told me what he does online, this Empower Network RPAS 2 deal, and I was pretty interested in it. But then I just went about my normal trading binary options, and I decided to give it a big think if I wanted to join under Dave or not. So I gave it a huge think. I thought about it for quite a few hours, and then I decided to just take the plunge, trust Dave, because Dave has the results to show. You can log into your back office, show you the commission proof. It's all there. It works if you just work the system. And he told me a little bit about his strategy, which he'll give you access to if you're all in. And I love that strategy because I was already on YouTube. I was familiar with the platform, and I thought it would be a great vehicle to use to get sales and leads. So that's what I did. I took the plunge, trusted Dave, and I haven't looked back since that day. So that's just a little bit of how I met Dave, a bit of my backstory. And yeah, that's pretty much it.
You know what's interesting? People say, well, what is it that actually got you sales? Because I know that Steve makes a lot of sales. And the thing is, people say, well, what is it that actually makes you different and to other people that don't get results? And, people might think it's a strategy. People might think that it's, the system that you're using. But at the heart of it, it's sheer consistency. That's what it boils down to.
That's it.
It just boils down. Yeah, carry on.
You can have the best videos in the world, but if you only do 3 of them, you're not going to get many results. You have to consistently put your content out there.
And if you don't work at it every single day, you're not going to get a result. The only reason that I'm getting results now is because I just decided that I was going to do this no matter what. And I had a conversation with somebody years ago, actually just as I was about to get started, and they said, well, you should give this a try for about 6 months to a year, and then just do something else if it's not working. And my answer to him was, I'm going to do this until I die. And it may sound exaggerated, but I absolutely meant it. I absolutely meant it. There was no ways that I was going to give this opportunity up. You see, I knew that it could be done. And the reason I knew it could be done is because my sponsor, Ryan, was getting results, and he did exactly what I'm showing you. All right, so he showed me that he was getting results in his back office. You know, the emails that he was showing, he actually showed me all of that stuff. So I knew it could be done. I knew it could be done anyway, but because I saw it, it was even better news, and I just knew that it could be done. The only difference is that I was going to try and figure out how to do it. And the way that I figured out how to do it is that I sided up with a mentor. I sided up with somebody who was getting more results than I was. You see, if you're not getting results, that means that you're doing something wrong and you need to change it. Now, often when we need to change something, you need to start changing the way you think. And you need to start doing things differently, because if what you're doing is not getting your results now, that means that if you continue to do the same thing, you're not going to get results later. So I started to do different things and started to change my pattern of working, to start listening to training inside of the inner circle and to start getting results. All right. And the only way that happened was that I started to work on my business muscles. And the more I exercised my business muscles, the better I got at getting results. And I'm not talking about just getting sales. I'm talking about getting opt-ins, getting people to opt into my page, right? Because when I started out the same way everybody does. I was like, man, I've got nothing today. How much you get? And he would say, oh, I've got 30 opt-ins today. And I'm like, are you serious? 30 opt-ins. And then I'd struggle for one. I get one opt-in for that entire week, and I was over the moon. And he was, oh man, I just had a bad day. I only had 20 opt-ins. And I'm like, are you serious? If I got 20 opt-ins, I'll be over the moon. And I just carried on and carried on and carried on and carried on. And I didn't give up. Because the moment you give up is probably when around the corner, you're going to start seeing results. And every time I was feeling like I didn't get results, I would continuously go to these hangouts like you're watching right now. And I would go ahead and I would watch, and I would watch, and I would watch, and I would watch, and I would just try to learn, and I was trying to be a student, because I wasn't getting results, and Ryan was. I wasn't getting results, and he was. So I knew that I was doing something wrong, and so I had to change the way that I was working. And the more I learned from Ryan, and I don't mean Ryan used to sit on there on his computer and used to take me over his shoulder all the time, but I used to watch Ryan and know exactly what was he posting, what was he blogging about, how was he making his videos. I used to watch him intently and become a student of him. And to take that premise of saying, I've done what you told me to do, why isn't it working for me, out the window. If I wasn't getting results, it wasn't his fault, it was my fault. All right? And the moment you start thinking like that, that means you start to take ownership of your business and you start to make it your particular product. You are the person in charge. So when that actually started to happen, then I started to say, hey, you know what? If I want to get results, I need to get good training. So that's when I started to say, hey, I got to get the inner circle. I got to get the top producer. I got to get the team building formula. I started to invest in my future. I started doing, and I didn't see it as a loss. I saw it as a gain in my education, because he was using the exact same products that I was using, and he was getting a result. So if he's got the same tools as me, and in fact, Ryan was getting better results than me, and he was new to the computer scene when he started out. I've been IT for 30 years, and he was teaching me. So he had less information than I did, and he was getting results. So I knew that this could be done. I just had to change the way that I was doing things. You think about all the stuff people say to you. If you've got negative friends, they are influencing the way that you think. The moment I found out that, I started to look for new friends. Because at the end of the day, those people that are speaking negativity in your life is going to affect the way that you do business. All right. Now, I'm not saying get rid of everybody. That's not what I'm saying at all. But you want to limit the time that you spend with people that are going to bring you down. You don't want to be brought down. You want to be lifted up. That's the only way that you're going to succeed. And one of the key elements in building a business is understanding that if you can help somebody else succeed, that's when you will succeed. Zig Ziglar said, as we all know, if you want to get what you want, help other people get what they want. And so that's what really changed for me. So it isn't the fact that Stephen has a better strategy or I have a better strategy. It all comes down to the fact that we were consistently working on our education, and we were working on it every single day, and we were part of the community. You know, we've got great people in this community that really want to help you. All right, the 24-Hour Marketing Mastermind Group are filled with people that are getting results, want to get results, and are saying, you know what, I'm so excited today because I've got 5 opt-ins. I'm so excited today because, I got 10 opt-ins today. I'm so excited today because, I made it on the leaderboard in some area. I'm so excited today because I got a sale. And we share that with each other. And we have this place where we can come to every single week and we can talk about our results. And that's where what I try to do is I try to help you. All right. So I don't have enough time to speak with every single person on my team, obviously, because if that were the case, I wouldn't have any time at all to do what I wanted to do. But that's why we have this hangout, so we can come here and we can let you ask some questions. So what I want to do right now is open this up to any questions that people have, if you have any questions. Unless, Steve, you want to say something else.
Yeah, man, it just basically comes down to, and when you get into Empower Network, you want to take things slowly. You want to commit to like a 90-day plan at least. And you don't want to just rush through everything just for the sake of watching the videos. You want to really soak it up, take notes, take your time with it. Even if it takes you a week to watch a level up sequence, do that because it will be worth it. And if you have any questions, they have all those walkthroughs as Dave explained. But more importantly, get those products because that's where you're going to learn the good stuff, the golden nuggets. And then on top of that, you'll get access to Dave's phenomenal training on video marketing. And that's just going to take your business to the next level. So take your time. There's no rush in this business. You got all the time in the world to start getting those sales. You just want to get that foundation, solid foundation first, and then build from there. And that's basically it in a nutshell. Take your time and focus.
I want to tell you guys a story about what happened. Thanks for that, Steve. I want to tell you guys a story, a true story of something that happened to my grandpa when he heard of a guy that was having trouble with as you guys call a water heater. I think it's called a water heater in America. We call it a geyser. You know, a water heater, the stuff that heats up your water in the house. And he was having trouble with his water heater inside of his farm. And he just couldn't figure out what's wrong. And so he called a guy out to come and look at the water heater. And being an inquisitive farmer and wanting to know what was going on and to make sure that this guy was the real deal, whatever, he followed him around and he would say, oh, please could you come and look at the problem in my, with my water heater because it's not working right now. So the guy just said, what model is it? And he told him, and he said, okay, I know what the problem is. So he went to his toolbox and got out a hammer, and he went into the water heater. He got on the ladder, and he took the hammer and he smacked the water heater in a certain spot. In a certain spot, he smacked it at a certain heaviness. He hit this water heater, and the water heater started working. And he came down the ladder and he gave him a bill for I think it was like 500 Rand or something, 500 Rand, which is about $50, but it was a lot of money. And the guy said, what the heck? I could have done that myself. And the guy said, you know what? Do you know how long it took me to figure that out? how long it took me to figure out that particular spot on that particular heater water, that if I did that at that particular time, it would work. It took them a long time to figure that out. And that is what education does for you. It gives you experience, it gives you knowledge, it gives you an idea of what to do, the little tricks that you can do. And he had to pay for that knowledge, 500 grand, $50, whatever at that time, hundreds of years ago. But the point is that the right education can get you on the path to working correctly. You can do it the easy way, or you can do it the hard way. And so I want to leave that with you tonight. I want to leave you with that, and I want you to think about that as you go into your business. Are you going to struggle and work it out for yourself and ask too many questions? And I say this to a lot of people who join my team. They ask me tons and tons of questions. Don't ask me questions that are inside of the training. If you haven't watched all the videos, don't ask the questions. And we know if you've watched the video or not by the type of question you get. If you get asked a question about how do I use an autoresponder, I know you haven't gone through the walkthroughs. I know you haven't gone through the training. If you ask me what does all in mean, I know you haven't gone through the Fast-Start training. That's why we encourage you to go through it, because all the stuff is there. There is no difference between me and Steve. All right, we have the same material to look at, and we get results. There's no difference to what we have and what you have. You have access to the exact same stuff that I do. And, we both live in a third world country. We both live in a country where it's harder to do things because of the situation we're in. We can't do certain paid advertising. We can't go on Craigslist the way that you can. We can't go on certain huge websites. We can't make money with YouTube, which is very frustrating, because people in America can get paid getting millions and millions of views. We can't get that at all. But you guys who live in first world countries can. All right, so we have a lot of obstacles in our way, and we're making it. So if we're making it, why can't you? The only thing I can think of is that you're not taking advantage of the training inside of Empower Network. And let me also say that big things are going to be happening inside of Empower Network. Huge things. And I'm talking stuff that's going to blow your socks off. All right, stuff that's just coming around the corner that's going to blow your mind as to what's going to be happening. So if you want to get on the inside, get on the inside. Don't just sit around on the peripherals and just think, well, I'm just going to take it easy. So I don't think we have any questions. Nobody's asking any questions. And by the way, Andrea, I just want to say, well done for getting team building formula. You should have access to the 15K. That's going to be just giving you everything from how to do video, how to do Facebook, how to do email marketing, how to do buying ads on magazines. So much stuff is covered in that. I'm almost envious because I know how hard that I just wanted that product so badly just because of that product. People say team building formula and it's a great product, don't get me wrong, but I'm like drooling over 15K because that product really, really made the difference in my business. All right. So just a hint, guys, really, that is a good product. So, nobody seems to ask questions. Okay. I want to read you guys a quote I've recently come across, and I think it's the best quote ever, and I'm going to try and memorize this because I think it's so awesome. So I'm going to read it to you, and please forgive me if I don't read it. My reading skills aren't that great, but I'm going to do my best for you. And it's from Les Brown. And Les Brown says this to people who are struggling and want to know, what can I do? How do I know that what I'm doing is right, and how far should I take it? So I'm going to read this to you as an encouragement for you guys. Listen to this. If you want a thing bad enough, go out and fight for it, to work day and night for it, to give up your time, your peace, and your sleep for it. If all that you dream and scheme is about it, and life seems useless and worthless without it, if you gladly sweat for it and fret for it and plan for it, and lose all your terror of the opposition for it. If you simply go after that thing that you want with all of the capacity, strength, and sagacity, faith, hope, and confidence, and stern pertinacity, if neither cold, poverty, fame, nor gout, sickness, nor pain of body and brain can keep you away from the thing that you want, if dogged and grim you beseech and beset it, with the help of God, you will get it. And guys, let me tell you something. That, in a nutshell, for me, is what you should be thinking about all the time. You've got to make this your business. You've got to make it at the top of your priority. Don't think of it as a hobby. Make it part of your business. Make it something that you're going to invest in and fight for it and fret day and night for it. You want to do that. All right, so I think we've covered just over an hour here. Steve, is there anything you want to say?
Yeah, that quote reminded me of how badly you wanted the 15K, bro.
Yeah, man. That was
Sweat not for it.
Oh man, tell you what. And then of course when I bought it, it was like, oh man, I couldn't wait to open the package. It was like a kid at Christmas.
Yeah, man, I remember.
It was oh man, it was fantastic. So, all right, I think we're gonna say goodbye. And just so you know, if any of you guys watching this now get all in, and you can show me proof of getting all in, then we can set up a time and I can actually train you on that strategy I use to give you a boost to your system. But other than that, just so you know that you can do this. It's not like I want you to buy the products, okay? I want you to buy them because they've got so much value. But also know that if you get that, I will give you personal coaching on what I do to get the results that I get. So, that's really what I wanted to say. And I'll think about making it perhaps a live hangout next week, Tuesday, 8 p.m. Eastern, like I did last week or the week before. So with that being said, you guys have a great day, and I'll be saying goodbye. Cheers, guys.
Cheers.